Welcome back, Boops here. We have another massive pickups video with a ton of games today. We're going to go through each game. I'll show you guys gameplay. I'll share some memories. It will be a ton of fun. So, let's get started. Starting off with the Gradius collection. This is a collection of the classic space shooter arcade games. You get 5 games, Gradius 1 to 4, plus Gaiden. These games have some really cool, intense visuals, and some very interesting, wacky enemies and bosses. Next we have 007 From Russia with Love. This game is based on the movie, but with some changes. You have story missions, and you have challenges. The PSP is a PS2 port, and this version will be missing some scenes and levels, which does end up making the story a bit more difficult to follow. There is online multiplayer. I don't know if that was any good. The frame rate does get a little chuggy in some areas. I actually like how the game feels and plays, so maybe I need to rewatch the movie and actually play through the whole game.
Let go of me!
Quiet! Shut up!
We have Avatar: The Last Airbender. This game is different from the PS2 version. I don't know too much about Avatar, so all I can say is it looks very interesting, and I didn't get too far.
Water. Earth. Fire. Air. Long ago, the
Next we have Smart Bomb. This caught my eye because it was made by Eidos.
Eidos.
It's a 3D fast-paced puzzle game. It's actually a really cool idea. It has an actual story mode and multiplayer. You play through fun minigames to disarm the bomb. Really cool idea. I've played some games similar to this. They're always a lot of fun. And I'm really curious what kind of story they have going on with this.
Welcome to the Bomb Disposal Unit's central database. Before we begin your training, here's some background on who we are. The BDU was formed 10 years ago by a specialist team from the Global Defense Network headed by Colonel John Cage. Its formation was a response to a wave of sophisticated AI-controlled bombs which had been placed at key locations around the world. The threat from the bombs ceased almost overnight, that is, until now. Construction methods and other characteristics in this latest wave of bombs are consistent with the one Colonel Cage encountered just before he went missing. One key similarity is the inclusion of an intelligent detonator system. In the time that has passed since the loss of Cage, his protege Michelle Grace has risen through the ranks at the BDU to become our top field operative.
We have Crazy Taxi: Fair Wars. Do I need to say much? It's Crazy Taxi. And I didn't realize until actually loading it up, it's Crazy Taxi 1 and 2. So it's a collection technically, you get both games. On the PSP, on the go. Lots of fun. We have Exit. This was published by Ubisoft. It's a puzzle game about rescuing people in different emergencies and finding the fastest way to do so. The animation and graphics look so fun. And you can go online to download more challenges and levels. This game looks really fun and cool overall. Probably gonna go back to play this one. We have Tomb Raider Legends. This is a port of the PS2 version, plus it has local multiplayer and time trials called Tomb Trials that aren't available on the PlayStation 2.
Where would this...
We have Iron Man 2. I've always been a fan of Iron Man. This is a different game from the PS2 version. It looks fun, but I always wished you could fly freely around, and this game has you locked down a bit more. Interesting nonetheless.
Oversight, or are you just having a bad day?
Neither. The routines are not responding to the remote shutdown procedure.
Oh, so it's my fault?
Next we have Rengoku, the Tower of Purgatory. I believe my friend said this was an interesting game. It's made by Konami. The opening cutscene looks super dark and mysterious and twisted. You play as an android in the future, battling to the top of a tower. It has really cool fighting and upgrades. It seems very overwhelming at the start. It makes you watch a super long tutorial before actually playing anything. But yeah, the game looks super dope. It also has a multiplayer that's up to 4 players. We have Alien Syndrome. This is a fast-paced RPG shooter. There's hundreds of weapons, armor, and abilities. You defeat hordes of aliens. There's over 100 species. It has up to 4-player multiplayer. And I didn't get too far. We have Dead to Rights Reckoning. This looked very cool. It's an exclusive to the PSP. You play as Jack Slate and Shadow, a dog. And the game is full of brutal kills and disarms. It has very cinematic gunplay, and it also has multiplayer death matches. I love how fast the game gets you into the action. This one's super fun to play. It's probably my favorite pickup from this video so far. We have Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Okay, so why is the home screen just a 3D model of Jack Sparrow? I don't know why, but this feels odd. This game is unique to the PSP. It's an action-heavy hack and slash with basic button prompts. And it has intentional pick-up-and-play simplicity. This PSP game also includes a unique 4-player ad hoc naval combat minigames. Really cool. You have Deathmatch and Plunder the Flag. Really wish I could try those. Playing the main game, the combat felt a bit clunky, especially with so many enemies around. But it does feel like something I'd like to try again and finish. And once again, I'm so curious and would love to try the multiplayer naval battles. That looks so cool. We have Juiced Eliminator. This has a really cool intro. I like the style and what they were going for. You can pick between cell phones. This is super old school and I love it. You can also place bets on races. The overall driving feels good and fun. There are show-off events to show your car tricks. It has 1 to 6 player multiplayer. And you can race for pink slips and capture your rival cars onto your PSP in multiplayer.
about my attitude.
Super
earlier. My brother's
intense.
had me working on his ride for...
Next we have Dragon Ball Evolution. This is a fighting game based on the live-action movie. I don't know much about Dragon Ball, let alone the live-action movie, and I'm not really into fighting games. But this fighting game seems pretty flashy and fun. We have Atari Classics Evolved, another collection of classic games. You get the original and the evolved version, which has updated, better graphics. Super cool and funky to see some of those. Some games require you to hold the PSP sideways, which I thought was always really cool to see. Once again, it's cool to see the graphics comparison between the evolved and original versions. There are 11 games in total, and Warlords and Battlezone have wireless multiplayer. There are also over 50 unlockable Atari 2600 titles. That's pretty crazy. We have Gurumin, Monstrous Adventure, if I said that correctly. I think I own one of these titles for the 3DS or the DS. It's a 3D action RPG with dungeons, puzzles, and bosses. I didn't get that far, but the game looks cute.
Grandpa!
Good to see you. Who are you?
We have FIFA 06. I gotta have all the sports games, and of course all the FIFA games. I love soccer. That's my sport. And I forgot about the juggling minigame they used to have. I loved this. You hold your PSP sideways. It's so dope. We have Death Jr. This looked very interesting and was on my radar for a while. You play as the teenage son of the Grim Reaper. You keep getting kicked out of schools because you're causing chaos, and this is your last chance. It's an action hack and slash with guns, and an emphasis on getting combos. It looks quite fun and worth a playthrough. I love the art style, and it's very unique and charming. It reminds me of Psychonauts a bit. We have Gun Showdown. This is a Western open-world action-adventure game. It's ported from the PS2 version. It's not as good as the console version, but it is an ambitious port for the PSP. It has some exclusive missions and a quick play mode. You get hunts and poker available at the start. It has multiplayer, 1 to 6 players. And it looks pretty nice in general, and it plays decently. Next we have Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. What kind of title is that? And it's an EA game. Huh. So this is a fighting game that you can play as many different characters and complete the story, which I think is 10 battles each. You can earn and equip cards for power-ups. It actually seems kind of cool. There is multiplayer, and there's exclusive content to the PSP version. We have Full Auto 2 Battlelines. I loved this game on the PS3. It's cars with guns in battles in cool environments. I did not remember this having much of a story. This is crazy. There's some AI that's predicting future disasters, and it's basically perfect. So instead of it assisting the humans are kind of controlled by it in a way. And there's a rebellion that doesn't like this, and they think the best way of going about this is by causing like random chaos that will throw the AI off. Super weird. But yeah, so they host these crazy races and battles with vehicles that have mounted weapons on them in hopes of messing with the AI. I think that's the gist of the story, if I got it correctly. Either way, this game is so much fun. I love it. There's so much destruction, the racing, and the battling feels really, really good. And I remember the soundtrack being really good. It includes Megadeth. We have the Sega Genesis Collection. Again, so many collections today with so many great games. This is a nice collection too. There's lots of cool extras to unlock, including interviews. So cool. Super hyped about this collection. We have Warhammer 40,000 Squad Commander. This is a turn-based tactics game. It has real-time destructible 3D environments. Pretty cool. There's 15 single-player missions and 9 multiplayer missions. And it also has game sharing. I didn't play too much. We have the Capcom Classics Collection Reloaded. More collections. This one has 19 games, and you can game share. Multiplayer has 1 to 3 players. You also get to play some games with the PSP sideways. Super cool. We have Rocky Balboa, the fighting game based on the movie, made by Ubisoft. You can play as any fighter from the series, and you can fight in some iconic fights and stadiums. We have The Warriors. This is a game based on the movie. It has a rich, deep action narrative. I've never played it, but it's on my list. It's made by Rockstar Games, back when they made other games.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
We have Hellboy, The Science of Evil. This is adapted from the movie. There's no PS2 game, but there is a PS3, 360, as well as the PSP game. It has multiplayer. I feel like almost every PSP game has some sort of multiplayer. The cutscenes are pretty interesting. I don't really know anything about Hellboy, but the game looks and feels fun. We have Cars 2. I was gonna make some joke about how this is a turn-based RPG, blah blah blah, just to see if you guys were paying attention. And as I'm recording gameplay, I'm like, wait, what? This is not what I was expecting. It is a racing game, but it's like different. I mean, I don't really like it. We have TMNT. This is the game based on the movie, and it's made by Ubisoft. I'm not exactly sure what they're going for. I didn't really get too far. It kind of feels fun, but the combat feels pretty poor. We have Pilot Academy. I just realized this is a European import, pretty sure. This claims to be the first plane simulator for the PSP. There's lots of planes to choose from, ranging from 3 different eras. And the game has 3 64km squared regions. There is training and a career mode. And apparently this is a real simulator, because I did not know what I was doing, and eventually crashed. Next we have Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. I've spoken about this game in numerous pickup videos. I own every version of the game now for every system. It is a pretty cool story with unique gameplay. This game doesn't have any multiplayer. That's a surprise. I also don't remember there being any time trials. This is definitely different from the PS2 version, and it's designed for the PSP. I do not remember this story. What the heck? It's different, but the same? I definitely need to play this one to see all the differences. I was not expecting this. I thought this was more so just a direct port of the PS2 version. We have Grip Shift. This is a puzzle platform driving action game. There's 100 levels from 4 themed worlds. They have a track editor, multiplayer, stunt driving, 8 minigames. There are cool characters and vehicle customizations. Is this basically Trackmania but not Trackmania? The loads and the restarts are surprisingly quick. And it has very fun physics. This feels so fun. I got carried away, zoned out, and I just kept playing for a while.
3, 2, 1, go!
Beautiful.
We have A Knight's Tale. This is a UMD movie. I have a video where I went through my entire collection. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Check that out. And we're on to our final game, Invizimals Shadow Zone. This game is all about finding and capturing and battling monsters, kind of like Pokemon. You use the PSP camera to find these creatures in your own environment. It's an AR game, augmented reality. These games were really big back in the day, and they mostly died off. You need an AR card to play this. This is a sequel to the original that I played back in the day, and I thought it was pretty cool. This game features live action acting, which is always funny to see.
Stuck in a library on a day like this? No way!
What on earth is he thinking? I mean,
Let's go hunting.
no lunch then.
Later.
But
Oh, your PSP is not functioning properly. Just like mine. Leftovers from Campbell's memory blast. Place your trap on any flat surface and follow my instructions.
So as I mentioned before, you're using the PSP camera to scan the environment to find these Invizimals. And you're mostly looking for different colors. But since the camera on the PSP is pretty poor, this results in you usually just using bright light sources or screens. I mean, in general, this is a pretty impressive AR game for the PSP. I will say that. The battling and collecting is as fun as I can remember, but it's still not Pokemon. It's a pretty cool concept of a game, and I had a lot of fun playing it.
hey, how long have you been here? Great timing. Are you ready for an adventure?
And this brings us to the end of the video. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. Now I gotta put all these PSP games away. I'm actually running out of space in my PSP section. I gotta rearrange and kick some things out. There's gonna be a lot of game room changes, which is good because I want to do another game room tour, but I want to make sure that it's different from the last game room tour. So stay tuned guys, lots more on the channel. Check it out, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.